This is the trading review for Tuesday, the 28th of November 2023. It was an interesting day on NVIDIA. What I noticed is that I have to be very ready when it comes to the price action at the open because the nicest opportunity, first of all, was here at the reaction of R1. And I kind of expected a breakdown of S4, but opening in the gray area, I could have taken advantage of the rejection of the previous day close and R1 for a rundown, which since I was gonna go short, why not take it as well at the very top, right? So I kind of missed out on that opportunity. And then my goal today again was to focus on entries regardless of stop losses. So which is why once price crossed to S4, I decided to get out. But it was very arbitrary when I pulled the trigger for the stop loss for this entry because I'm not worried about stop losses right now. I'm just focused on pulling the trigger at my entry. So today again I was watching Nvidia, and as I said before, I missed out on the move down from R1, and I was expecting an outside day, but the pivots were a bit weird, and we had bullish pivots as well because yesterday we ended up a bit bullish. But on the daily, we're definitely looking like we're gonna drop from R5, and so once we were selling off from R1, it looked like a very weak day. But nonetheless, we had a balance level 2, and we got a lot of volume on this hammer here. So I pulled the trigger without thinking twice, expecting recovery of the pre-market level. This was a nice signal. But the problem is I didn't pay too much attention on the 5-minute candle and saw that it was bearish still. So I traded pretty much against the trend. On the 5-minute, you can see clearly that the stock was becoming a trending day. So every 5-minute candle was forming lower highs and lower lows. So to play a reversal wasn't the best idea. If anything, this hammer here was a signal for sure for a reaction of S3, which if you look here, it's bullish. We consider this an inside day. We can actually play the S3 short. This is the strategy for a rejection of S3, which happened here with this hammer. So I should have triggered my stop loss here if I was focused on that and gone short on this signal here. But again, it needed more preparation before the market opened. And then on this drop, obviously I closed out that position just for the sake of it, but I'm not concerned about stop losses at the moment. And then I knew we were gonna sell off, so on this rejection, it's a bit in anticipation, but again, I'm practicing my entries. So I added to my position here what will be my regular 50-cent risk, which is around 40 shares for my account at this price. And then we pulled up, and I was worried that it was gonna behave like an inside day, especially after forming this doji on the 2 and the 5-minute candle. A hammer on the 2 and the 5-minute candles. So I was a bit scared, but once we threw this selling candle, the rejection with volume as well, not as much volume as other candles, but still higher than average, I decided to add to my position, and then I added a little bit more here when we were safely having the price action in this area and so close to S4. I was expecting that drop to happen, and it did, and a partial 25% will return to this level, added to my position, which perhaps was a bit early, and it pulled back up, and then it held again because I'm not concerned about stop losses right now. So I'm just practicing trade management here, and I could have added here, but I didn't. It was a nice reaction of the 20 moving average, and then partial again, 25%, 25%, and unfortunately, I stopped out here, recognizing that this signal was very bullish, and if I knew that we didn't have any more level 2 signals, any more stacks to the downside, so the market was rallying at this moment, and SPY actually closed positive. So with that rally, I knew that I was in the wrong side of the trade, and the stock did reverse beautifully from here, from 475.25 to the gray area once more. It didn't test the open or the previous day close. It rejected once more with this nice doji here on the 2-minute, and yeah, unfortunately, missed out this nice trade as well. From here on the 2-minute candle. Yeah, very interesting day. It's a good, I guess, good practice for my entries. How do I do this? Did I execute the trade? Yes. I could have done a better job of reading the 5-minute candle, but it's okay. Just for the sake of simplicity, I'm gonna put this as -1 because because I'm not gonna care so much about winnings or losses, or winnings or losses. So we have that first trade, which was a S traverse, which fell, and then I just closed the position for the sake of simplicity here, when I was planning to take the S4 short. So this trade was in anticipation, but I really like that I pulled the trigger here and I added to my position with a stop loss at the top of this area. So this will be an S4 breakdown, albeit against the trend, which will be a B trade. Yes. Was considering a winning trade, and it gave me 3.7. So just for the sake of keeping stats together, so far did I meet my goal of respecting the rules, which was just pulling the trigger? Yes. I would say physical is a 7. I would say 8, not as good as yesterday. I think I needed to prepare more in the morning. I do a pre-prep. I adapted to changing conditions and was very confident in my entry. I did hit the goal of hitting my trades. I took 2 trades and 1-on-1 and resulting in 2.7, which is fine. But I'm not concerned about this actually. We're gonna get rid of this. So we only care about the execution, trades taken, and pulling the trigger. So that's it for my trading review. Again, this is just a summary of what I did today, and today I'm not so concerned about profits or stop losses. because I am practicing my entries, and my entries have to be executed flawlessly, and that's what I'm practicing this week to end the month of November at least accomplishing some nice goals. So it's very good. That's it for today.